I get why a lot of people go to such drastic measures such as taking their own life. Because they were going through something so drastic in their life, so heavy in their life. The thoughts in their head were so loud. The hurdle that they were going to have to overcome seemed so steep, where they thought the only solution to the problem was to end it all. They couldn't get rid of their voices even if they wanted to. They couldn't stop thinking the thoughts even if they wanted to. They couldn't stop feeling the feelings even when they wanted to. And the only way they thought they were going to have peace is to just end it. I get why people do it now. And they felt like if they took their own life, then nobody would even care enough or love them enough to miss them. Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z Titwell with SpeakUPZee. You're now tuning into another episode of SpeakUPZee the podcast. And the podcast where we talk about real things with real people. Everything from life to business to mental health and everything else in between. I think the message that was on my heart today, man, was something very simple. I get why they said, man, it really does take a village. Because there's gonna come times in your life, man, where you may not be able to do for yourself. Where even if you don't think you need help or you don't want to ask for help, where you're gonna need some help. Where you're gonna show that life is gonna show you that you can't always be independent. That you need more people to rely on than just yourself, because sometimes even yourself can't show up for you. That you need people. And the more and more I keep living, the more and more I keep being humbled and realizing, man, I can't really do this stuff by myself. There's just certain things I'll never be able to figure out or never be able to accomplish and never be able to do if I keep trying to do them alone. We really all do need a village. And I guess that's the message for you too. You've become so accustomed to doing everything by yourself and only having yourself to rely on, and being let down to the point where you don't even want to ask for the help, to where it's always on you. I know that has to be heavy. I know that has to be a lot for you. I know that has to be overwhelming almost, to only have you. And the crazy thing is that we have people a lot of times in our life that want to support us, but it's that we never ask for the help. Or we don't like the stipulations that the help may come with, or, it's not on our terms. And I think sometimes we miss our blessings when we do that. And I've done it plenty. But we can't do this by ourselves, man. You're going to need people. You're going to need people to be able to pray for you when you ain't got enough left to pray for yourself. You're going to need people to help you when you're too weak. You're going to need people to pick you up, man. You're going to need people to encourage you. You're going to need people to lend you a hand. You're going to need people to just be there, to remind you that you're not alone, that everything's going to be okay. Maybe wipe that tear for you, to give you that hug when you need it most, right? Like, you need those people. Because trying to go through this whole thing called life all alone and being all to yourself is miserable. And it's lonely. And nobody should have to live that way. You know what I mean? And see, this is what I understand and what I get. I know you don't trust very easily. I know it's very hard for you to open up. I know it's something you hesitate to do, right? But if you could just really like find a way to trust again, to let people in, I think you'll realize that you don't have to do this thing called life all by yourself. You don't have to always be independent and be strong. You don't have to always have to figure it out all alone. Like you've got people. You got more help than you think. I hope that for you. Like I remember being so prideful and always wanting to seem like I had it all together and like I didn't struggle and like I didn't have hard times and I didn't realize how it was like driving me crazy. Until one day when I just finally broke down. I didn't care who saw me vulnerable anymore. I didn't care who saw me cry. I didn't care, you know, about expressing myself anymore because it got so heavy holding all of that to where I knew I needed to let it out or I was gonna lose my mind. I was thinking about it. I get why a lot of people go to such drastic measures as such as taking their own life because they were going through something so drastic in their life, so heavy in their life. The thoughts in their head were so loud. The hurdle that they were going to have to overcome seemed so steep, where they thought the only solution to the problem was to end it all. They couldn't get rid of their voices even if they wanted to. They couldn't stop thinking the thoughts even if they wanted to. They couldn't stop feeling the feelings even when they wanted to. And the only way they thought they were going to have peace is to just end it. I get why people do it now. And they felt like if they took their own life, then nobody would even care enough or love them enough to miss them. Or that even if they did have people in their life, that as much as those people may have tried to love them, they felt they would only have peace when they left this place. And so I guess what I'm really trying to say is that I hope that those voices in your head and those weights that you carry and those burdens that you're dealing with and those dark times that you're facing, I hope they don't become so heavy in your life that you think the only solution that you have is to take your life, because it's not true. You deserve to have a village of people in your life that hold you up and help you out and pray for you and be there for you, man, when you're struggling. And even when you're not. And even if you don't have those people, I pray God sends those people into your life and that you're able to make room for them. So you never have to feel alone again. You deserve better than that. And I'll leave it there, man. I love you. Peace. Hey, what's up? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. And I just want to take a quick second just to thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of SpeakUPZee the podcast. And my only goal with this platform is to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you around all things life, business, and mental health, whether it's myself or me bringing on a special guest. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We don't ask for any type of monetary gains or anything like that. The best thing you could do for us is just like and subscribe to the channel. Until next week, we'll see y'all later. Peace.